Hello, welcome back to my makeup routine. Now, I've already completed the second eye, as you can see. I kind of went a little too dark on the top here, or a little too thick on the top. So I decided to go a little bit more thicker on the top here, but all in all, it doesn't look too bad. Um, in my mirror, it does look a little stale, and it looks like I made a couple mistakes, which you're going to do, especially if you don't do makeup too often. But on the camera itself, it doesn't look too bad at all. And if I take photos, you know, obviously it's going to look good. So that's a good thing. I ended up getting this a couple years back when I was working at Winners. I got it for like a Kris Kringle or a Secret Santa. This is the palette, the eyeshadow palette that I got. It's actually from a company called, company called Elf, ELF, and it is an eyes, lips, face eyeshadow, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't see anybody using this for their lips or their face. Maybe their face a little bit, but not so much the lips. But it's definitely good for eyes because it's eyeshadow. I've used up quite a bit of the colors that are my favorite, such as the dark blues, light blue, like a metallic blue, some purples. Seems to be the colors that suit me very well, and it's colors that I enjoy wearing. So those colors are obviously off the market right now. I'm going to have to go out and buy some more. So I was taking a look at this palette, and I do believe that, maybe going with like a gray, guess I can go with 2 shades of gray today. It would definitely create a look. I wish I had purple right now, because then I would do like a purple gray, or I'd do a purple black or something like that. I also have this really awesome looking color. Sometimes when you're not quite sure if a color is going to look good on you or not, you just pretty much basically take it like this. This is my eyeshadow brush, and this is my blending brush. Different, different sizes of brushes. They have like small ones and larger ones to use for larger areas and smaller areas. I kind of use this brush when I'm blending it through, because I would like to create like a smoky look to blend everything in. But all I do with, is I test it on my skin, because the way the color looks on the palette is way different than the color that you would see on your face. So this is kind of the color that it would create. I don't know if you could see it, but it's pretty dark and it's pretty edgy. So this color would be definitely good. Now, I'm not quite sure what color would go good with it. I'm sure that if I were to do it on the inside and then create like a darker gray on the outside would be perfect. So I'm going to go with that today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a good amount going on in my brush, get my brush really full of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the inside of my eyelid. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start right in the corner, and I'm going to blend it in. Now I'm going to try hard not to get it above the eyelid where the hood is. So sometimes it can be difficult, but you just kind of get around the ridge. Then you just color it in. It's kind of like when you use a coloring book. You wanna take care of the edges and then work your way down inside, so that you're not really, pretty much coloring outside the lines. This is a pretty nice color. I have not used it very much, And I don't know why, but it just seems to be, I seem to want to go after the colors I really like first. So I'm getting a pretty good amount on there, but I really would like to get the color in there big time because I'm going to be blending it outward. And what's going to happen is it's going to be darker on the inside and lighter going out. And then when I take the other color and I'm doing the other side and I blend it through, I'm going to like just blend it all together. And it's going to create a very dark and very mysterious look. So I kind of try to get right almost to the edge, but not too much. Because you don't want too much of this color and not enough of the other color. But this color is very dominant, so even going that far might create a dominant color that may not show with everything else. And like I said, I'm just doing the ridge here as if I'm just, you know, tracing where I'm going to end my color. And I apologize if I'm not doing very much talking as I'm applying, because I really would like to keep close or keep my attention on what I'm doing. Sometimes it's hard to multitask, you know. When I do colors like this, I have to admit my mother notices it right away and she's like, "Oh my God, your makeup's too dark." And when she says that, I actually feel good on the inside because I know I've done my job of really standing out with my colors. As you can tell, it's pretty dark on the inside there. But I'm going to do one more application because I really would like to blend as much of the color as I can upward, which will be the next step of my eyeshadow. And then I will start with the second color and go on the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blending brush. I'm just going to simply just go all over, you know. Just like to go all the way up, even to the eyebrow. Just blend it in. Could have used a little more color, but it's not too bad. When I add the second color in there, it will be even more, because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to blend it upward. Like when I blend it like this, I'm also going to blend it upward so that there's going to be quite a bit of color going through. But I really like to blend it as much as I can throughout. And it's going to make it less dark. So it's not too bad. As you can see, it's not really too dark. But when I put in the other color, it's really going to darken it up. So anyways, I'm going to take my brush. I'll take like a cloth or something, and I'm just going to take off the excess because you don't really want, you know, the same color doing the same job in another area when you really want to just create two different colors for your eyebrows. So you really don't need like expensive makeup. You just need to know what colors you need to use, plan it out, and you know, create something good with it. And as you can tell, you know, my eyes are looking a lot better. You know, it's got the eyeshadow on there. It's not as dark anymore, and as you can see, it's blending up into the hood area, which is what I wanted. Now, like I said, I'm looking for an edgy look, and I like something that's going to go with that. And I don't really want to go with something that's too light. I want to go with something that's a little dark. So I have these two different colors I can use right here. I don't know if you can see that. But there's two colors that I could use right here. Or I can go with something a little bit more daring, which is these colors right here. So we're going with something that is lighter, going all the way to darker. So I think I'm going to go with something that's more metallic-like and something that is not really black, because I really don't want to screw anything up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the sure bet. I'm going to go with a little bit of a darker, but not too dark. And this is a good metallic right here. I'm not quite sure what color this is. I'll have to test it out on my fingers just to show you. It's not too bad of a color, as you could tell. See? So that was the first color, and that's the second color. So it's a little darker, and it's obviously going to be a little more dominant of a color over what I just did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with it today. By the way, these are two colors I rarely ever use, so it's good to see that I'm going to be actually experimenting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue doing my eyeshadow like I was. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go right to the edge, and I'm going to create like kind of like a blotch right at the edge of my eye. I'm not going to go all the way through. I'm just going to create a blotch on the edge of the eye. And it really doesn't matter how you do it. Like, as you can see, it's really blotchy right in the corner. But I'll show you what it looks like once I apply enough. Should be enough. As you can see, looks kind of weird. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to blend it. I'm going to blend it through. And I'm going to continue doing this. Because what is going to happen eventually is it's just going to create a different color going through the eye. Or going through the eye. Going through the lid and the socket and everything. And it's going to create a look. A really, really nice blended look. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of clean it up a little bit. Oh, kind of poke myself in the eye there. There we go. So that's pretty much what it looks like. Now this is definitely like very edgy looking. As you can see, it's pretty dark. My eyes right about now. But this is the edgy look that I like. It's a little bit far off into the corner there, but as you can tell, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Okay, so anyways, this video's gone on quite a long time, 15 minutes worth. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean up the bottom part, because the bottom part has a little bit of eyeshadow and I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pick it up as much as I can. And then I'm going to do the other side, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the mascara part, and then I'm going to finish it off with the lipstick or whatever that I feel like doing. So anyways, thank you very much for watching this part of the tutorial, and I hope to see you back to watch the other one. Have a good day. Bye.